Welcome to Owning the Masters, a podcast where we discuss business, entrepreneurship, and lifestyle for the culture. We're your hosts, B the Boss
and L.J.
That was cute. Y'all do that all the time? Oh. 6 feet, player, 6 feet.
This week's artist is Riley Welsh with Holding On to What? And you can catch her on all streaming platforms.
I want someone by my side. Sometimes anyone will do. Trying to replace you. Feeling lost, but then again, when all my thoughts are running through my head.
Hey,
Hey, y'all. Welcome
back. Yes. So, we have a very special guest with us today. The one and only Mr. Made Man himself, Justin Bland, in the building.
Yeah, give it
Y'all
up
didn't-
one
y'all
time
wasn't
for
gonna do the
one
little
time.
synchronized unison thing for me?
You know what?
Can y'all do that? Like
Today
the intro,
we- okay.
like how y'all did the intro together.
Okay.
But we didn't plan that. That's scripted.
That's cool though. Can y'all do that for me though? It would make me feel a lot better.
Okay.
Like if y'all just,
Just
welcome
for
to the
you.
show,
You're so
Justin
extra.
Bland. Justin Bland, Made Man. Okay, go ahead.
Today, our special guest is Mr. Made Man himself.
Okay, never mind. You know
Man.
what? Never mind. It didn't feel as good how
That
y'all.
part is-
It's all right. Y'all didn't plan for me to
Yeah.
do that. Okay. Well, I appreciate being here. I thank both of y'all.
We appreciate
You know,
you.
he's extra. a little bit.
It's so beautiful. Ain't it?
Yes.
Yes.
So
We're
weird.
so happy to have you.
Yes, we
Happy
are.
to be here.
So what you don't know is when we first kind of came up with this idea, you were one of the people on the top of the list.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I let y'all down as far as like the placement? Because I know.
No.
No,
Okay,
you're
cool.
fine.
All right,
We
It's
just
hard to
knew,
get
like-
to Beyonce, you know, we got
You
gotta
hear
hit up
me?
his PR agent, and then we had to go through a few more people, but we finally.
And
got
so it begins.
Your check is in the mail. As well as your McDonald's gift card that you requested in your contract. We got that for you. We made sure that we had the bottled water that he requested, as well as comfortable accommodations for the celebrity in the building.
Did we do a good job?
Brilliant. That was great.
Good.
Fabricated, but that was great. That was good.
That's what it felt like.
All right. Wow.
All right.
But now that we done giving you a hard time
Yeah,
today.
you know we had to do it one time.
Okay.
For the one time.
Okay, that's cool.
It's payback, that's all.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Y'all are really doing this right now. Y'all really.
I told you we could be ourselves.
Yeah, y'all gonna jump.
Be yourself.
What was
We've
all the
been
love-
waiting.
Be free.
Where's the love that was just out there?
in here.
It's right
It's still here?
If we didn't mess with you, it wouldn't be love.
All right,
Yeah,
man.
this love,
I
but you
told
know,
y'all.
it wasn't gonna come easy. The same hard time you gave us, we gonna give you. It's okay.
Y'all were so understanding off air. Where's that at?
It's here.
Okay.
Yeah, we
All the love is here.
All right.
Trust and believe.
All right.
So, we want to give you a hard time first, but we came on to talk about your platform.
you as an individual. So we want to talk about,
Yes.
first of all, we want to talk about J Bland Productions, because I feel like there would be no Made Man without that first. So how did you what made you, let's just talk about that journey first.
Yeah.
What got you started into production, acting, all the things that you do under that?
Well, I think I started taking the journey seriously. I think the journey, people come here and say, I started when I was young, but I really started out when I was young, and I didn't know what exactly I was prepping for.
Yeah.
But I just always been like the class clown. I just always been like the funny one of our family. But I don't think I started taking it serious until high school.
Yeah.
But when I got to high school, it was like the ball was in my court. It was like my teacher was like, "Oh no, he's good. He can, he can improv. He can act. He's hilarious." And so Miss Lewis, she just put the ball in my court. A lot of people don't know this, but my fox is named Lewis the Fox because of my theater teacher in high school.
That's
so shout out to
cool.
Miss Lewis.
Okay.
Um,
Shout out to Miss Lewis.
Yeah, for sure,
Yes.
for sure. So once she started to show me that this was actually like an avenue that I can take, that's when I started taking it serious. But then when I got to Vincennes, the ball was no longer in my court. It was more so like, yeah, you can do Shakespeare or you can do this. And I was just like, dang, that's not my style.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't feel like it was something that I was interested in. So what I decided to do was create my own. That way I can, do what it was that I wanted to do. So we didn't start out as J Blend Productions. I'm glad we're at J Blend Productions, but we started out as LOLENT, which was mad corny. But you got to start somewhere.
Right.
You got to start somewhere. So we started out as Laugh Out Loud Entertainment, and then once I started to actually start to see that was a thing, and not just like, oh, let's just slap a name on it.
Yeah.
We start to say, all right, let's start taking the necessary steps to actually make this a business.
Yeah.
And then we looked up, and thank God LOLENT was already taken. Like, so it was just like cool.
Okay.
So then I was just like, like, I don't know what to name it.
It's only one.
It's only one.
Yeah.
It's only one.
No, really.
So J Blend Productions, became a thing. I think that was probably like 2011. By the time I was about to leave Vincennes, my mentor, Charles Surrett, Bam, shout out to Bam. Okay. We'll talk about that name later. Just put that in your back pocket.
Okay.
But shout out to Bam. He said, I want you to leave here with, I want you to leave Vincennes with something that's yours. I want you to kind of leave your mark on it. Because then I was hosting every Black event.
That's dope.
Yeah, so it was just like I got so used to that, which was like a blessing in itself, just for the simple fact that it was something that I didn't know was a thing. Somebody was like, can you host our fashion show? And I'm just like, is that like you say, oh, well, Brittany is wearing the blue jean jacket. And so I didn't know what it was, but then I seen the fashion show for Vincennes had its own culture, and it was just like comedy in between sets. Yeah. So once I did it, I was like, man, I fell in love with it. And then my second show is when they actually was just like, yeah, come to the office after you so you can get your check. I was like, I get paid for this? I was like, I get a check for this? Facts. Yes. To me, just being on there, like just serving my purpose and just, entertaining people, that was like my check. So when I actually got compensated financially for it, that's when I start to realize it opened up a whole new light for me, just like, dang, I can get paid for this. So then I start taking it a little bit more serious. That thing moving, ain't it?
It is.
Hold on now. So I start taking it a little bit more serious. So when we went to, like I said, Bam, he told me, I want you to leave here and leave your mark on it. I want you to have a play. And anybody know me know I really don't. I love plays, but for me to have one, my patience wasn't there. So I was like, man, I want to do something that's just on the spot, improv. So he was like, so what does that look like? And we didn't know. So I was just like, J Blend Made Man Show. And it was me and 4 or 5 other people. And we had the very first J Blend Made Man Show, 2013 at Vincennes University. And it was just epic.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It was epic. Like, I was working at Dollar General for one day, and I had the show, and then I went in the next day and quit because I thought I made it. Like, for real.
I don't need this job.
For real. I was like, y'all need me.
I can do this, make money.
Y'all need Facts. So then it just started to, like, it was a mixture of, back then it was a mixture of improv games and films. Which is my passion, like, just being on stage and filming. Those are my two. That's like my purpose, my passion. That's what I love. So it was a mixture of both. And it was just, like I said, the moment just coming out on stage was just like surreal. Like, you can go on YouTube now and look up, I think it's called Justin Unchained or something like that. And that's like the intro to my show. So we filmed it to make it look like it happened right before the show. Yeah. And like I said, it was just super epic. And I'm behind the stage while the films and stuff are rolling, and like the parts that I knew that was gonna hit, I'm kind of crossing my fingers, and then you hear the crowd go crazy. It was just like a moment. But coming back from Vincennes to Indy, it was like, man, they treated me like the man at Vincennes. Like, it was like, no, like, whatever you need, we got you. They treated me like the man. So I try to take that energy, come back home, and it was just like, bro, we don't know you.
Dues all over again.
Yeah, it was like, we don't know you.
Right.
Like, who are you? Like, nah. So I'm talking about and it was just like the most, I think it was just like the most humbling experience. And I mean that because my first job coming back from being the man at Vincennes was a janitor at Marion University.
Oh, that's
so I'm literally going from on stage. You talking about a college student getting paid $500 to perform in front of his friends, getting paid $300 to $300+ to show up to the after parties. True. Like, they was treating me like the man. Like, literally told me
paid to do what I have fun. Do what I like to do.
And I was like, in college, you $800 in college.
Okay.
Huh?
100 in college. A broke college student that last year.
I got a meal ticket. I made it. So that's just where my mindset was. But then coming back to literally cleaning toilets, it was just like, yeah, you got to start all over. All my resources that I had, the mentorship, the circle that I had. Not saying like we fell out, but it's just that when you at school, all y'all live under the same roof. Yeah. So everything is just at your exposure. Like you can just go out and make it happen. But when you get back home, you see that it's real life. You got bills now. You got more responsibilities. And then it just make you appreciate the what you did have.
Exactly.
So so coming back, like I literally got to a point where I think it was like from 2013 to 2017, where I was just in a period of just, I call it the quicksand phase, because I feel like everything it seemed like every time I would try to make a move, I would sink like deeper. It was never just me just moving forward and failing. It was just like anytime I tried to do something for myself, I felt like I was sinking. And then once I got to 2017 and realized that I just don't feel like I have a purpose no more. I need to just be around some like-minded individuals. That's when I was just like, all right, I'm about to start this improv class. That's all I had right there. It was no,
I love it.
It was no improv show. It was nothing major. I said, for me to feel like I'm serving a purpose and people depend on me, I need to at least be around some like-minded people. And if nothing else, they need me to come unlock this door. That's it. Like that was where my mindset was. That's how low I was. Like I wasn't J Bland Made Man. It was Justin coming to have this improv class. And if nothing else, y'all need me to come open up this door. I need somebody to depend on me that much. So
humility and humbleness.
Yeah.
Facts. And we did it. And it spiraled into an 8-week session of multiple people just coming. The first week we had 7 people there. The next week we had 14. The next week we had like 24. And then the fourth week we had like 30, 35. And I started to take it serious, like, dang, this could be, I was like, this could be a thing. This could be a thing. So I was like, Justin, what if you really locked in with about 16 of these people, and then you just made it a class to where, you know, if filmmakers or people who are having plays, if they need people, you can kind of help groom them and then kind of send them on their way. And that was the point I started to say, like, okay, when I was at Vincennes, it was about me. It was about me. I got home and I was trying to make everything about me again. And then it wasn't until I realized that it's not about you. Move out the way, you can create something that's going to help benefit other people and not just yourself.
Yes.
Even though I was still trying to build my brand, that's why I tell people there was selflessness in my selfishness, because I was really trying to do for myself, like, Justin, you need to get up. But once you get up, you're getting up for other people as well, not just yourself no more.
It's like you're getting up and moving yourself out the way.
Big facts. Big facts.
I love that.
So with that, I think it was like the third week of that when I actually picked the class, and Gerald, y'all know Gerald, of course. Yeah, if you come to the Made Man Improv Show, you should know Gerald. So this was like week 3, and like by then we was doing nothing comedy. That we was doing these thing called code reads, where it's just like a serious piece that 2 people got to read together. And he was like, yeah, I was telling my buddies and stuff, like, what we got in here, man, this can be like the next, you know, In Living Color or Saturday Night Live. And that literally clicked in my head. I'm telling y'all, we had no show playing, nothing. We just improv the class. And once he said that, I stopped everything. Like literally, it was like one of those moments. I stopped everything.
Okay, that's it.
I said, "Yeah, we having a show next month," and they was looking at me like, "A show? What does that look?" Yeah, and they was kind of looking like, "What does that look like?" We've been in here, you know, just having improv games. We finna do this in front of people, and I was just like, "Nah, just trust me. Like we about to have a show." So we prepped, and then I don't think that they realized what a show was. This is facts. I don't think they realized what a show was. And I'm talking about my cast until
The day of.
the intermission of the first show.
Not the intermission.
Because when we came out, everybody's energy was it was there, like, okay, we finna go put on. And a lot of people in the city didn't know what improv was. A lot of people in the city was unfamiliar to improv. So it was like, you know, let's introduce them to it. But I intentionally made my tickets $5 because people with $5, people gonna be like, I'll go see what's up. I'll go see what's up. And then once we did that, we got out there. They seen how the show was formatted. They seen how everything was running smooth. They seen I think they seen like how authentic it was. And then at intermission, when we came back there and we got footage of this, I'm talking about everybody slapping fives, hugging each other.
Yes.
Like, and this is like, you would think that was like the end of the show, or you would think that like we won something, but it was then for them that it clicked.
Yes.
And I had the biggest smile on my face for the simple fact that I was like, man, all my life being on stage, looking at crowds and, you know, rocking out shows, I never had the moment where I felt like this is it. But then when I created the Made Man Improv Show, and I had a moment where I'm on stage looking at the crowd, looking at the cast, I really seen like, this is it.
This is it.
I love it.
Not the J Bland Made Man Show, but the Made Man Improv Show, which is two totally different things. It was like, all right, let's take me out the way. Because a lot of people, when they come to the show, they don't realize that I'm technically not in the show.
Right. You kind of like,
Right.
I'm just the
I
pilot.
like the MC.
Yeah.
The first show, I'm like, okay, I see now how this works.
Yeah, it's like I'm the pilot. I'm just making sure everything flows smooth, but
Yeah.
everything else is the cast, and they just rock out crazy. So that is literally the birth of Made Man, the Made Man Improv Show.
I
That's dope as hell.
love that. I love
Yes.
everything about that story.
For real, like you definitely opened my eyes up to something new and something different. And I was like, this is so refreshing to have something positive, something fun and entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
this is
Yep.
She's
love
got
it, and I
a
love the
little
energy.
ice cream left in her ice cream cone. Got a little ice cream left in her ice cream cone.
This is
for
improv.
y'all that can't hear or see. Yeah, he over here messing with all the people.
Yeah,
walking
we
by.
got a window. They can hear us from outside.
Y'all shouldn't have told me that they can hear us, because now it's just like if I don't say anything, I'm rude. So it's like they walking past and it's just like, boom, we in a trophy case and they can see us. So I'm sorry.
Basically.
That won't
I mean,
happen
pretty
again.
much.
Yes, it will.
I'm about to say
It's gonna happen
goodbye.
again. It's gonna happen again. Sorry.
Right.
But yes, I love that. I love that story. The amount of humility that you had to have when you came back,
Yes.
and build. You feel like that like built your muscle up to be able to actually build your show, because you had to start completely back over.
Absolutely, and I'm grateful to God that it happened that way, because the J Bland Made Man at Vincennes University is a totally different J Bland Made Man from what people are witnessing now, and it's not like change; it's just growth. Like literally, I used to have shows where I'm talking about 500 plus people. People understand that Vincennes Fashion Show is. It was the thing. It was the thing to be at. ISU came, IU came, USI. It was just like, it was the thing. And it was just packed wall to wall. And it was just like so many people there. And I would literally jump into the crowd with the microphone and just literally start roasting people. I had a session where it's like, y'all smell that? And people's heads start dropping down. I was like, it's a rotisserie fest. And then I just go, and I would literally
my
just
God.
go and just roast people. And I would really just go clown people. But I got to a point in my life to where it was just like, am I doing more? I know I don't want to say I'm overthinking it, but I was just like, I feel like I'm doing more harm than good by doing stuff like that. A lot of people pay good money to come to your show. They get there on time, get in the front row just to be grilled. I'm like,
It didn't
like
sit well with you.
they didn't sit well. I mean, I'm talking about just cooking people right, like Benihana style, just right in front of everybody. Just put them on the little grill and just cook people. And back then I had no filter, none of that. So whatever on the outside, like I might get on the outside of Paris, I might get on something that we knew happened. Like I might,
shoot.
like yeah, and it just,
Anything to get a reaction.
and it was just a thing. But I started to tell myself, Justin, as a host, you know, people try to put me in the, you know, the comedian box, and I don't think I wear that, but it's whatever. But as a host, the easiest thing for you to do is to draw attention by trying to talk about somebody. That's why I don't allow it at my shows now. Like people pay good money to come in here, sit front row to enjoy it. Let's not make them a priority. Now listen, I will say this. If we have hecklers, that's a totally different story. All bets are off.
Then you ask for it.
Then you ask for it. Then I'm gonna give you your money's worth.
Right.
That's the only way. And I think throughout the run of the Made Man Improv Show, I think we only had that one time. There were, you know,
Okay.
because y'all understand like the
Yeah.
vibes and stuff
True,
there. It's like more like a
yeah.
family vibe.
True.
So if somebody, you know, sometimes people come to the family functions a little inebriated,
Okay,
you know, a little drunk, a little tipsy,
Yeah.
and then they want to, feel themselves publicly, and then it's just like you got to go
Let me
into.
humble you.
Yeah.
Bring it down a few notches.
Exactly, and that's not even necessarily for Justin. That's not for me. That's not for
Yeah,
Jay Blunt.
yeah.
That's because I had so many people come to to this class, who's
Yes.
using this platform to build courage,
Yes.
and who's using this platform to kind of like build confidence.
Yeah,
Straight
you're not
up.
gonna
So
rip
once
that down.
you're not about to rip that down, we
Straight
work
up,
too hard
yeah.
for it. We work too hard for it. So if I ever get out of body or I resort back to that V.U.J. blend, it's only and it has nothing to do with me no more. It's only because they work too hard for you to be coming here trying to act a fool.
Like these are my
Yes.
people. I got their back.
Exactly.
So
Facts.
Exactly.
But like I said, I
love
won't even
it.
speak on that for too long because it only happened once out of 14 shows, and it was just a little moment. So it was
True.
good.
True.
I like that you built a community along with your platform.
Yeah, that's
I
too
had
easy.
it. You see? Did you hear the inhale?
That's too easy.
See, but the thing is, my eyes said, Justin, you just said, like literally, you literally just said you wasn't that person no more.
okay.
I know,
And then
right?
I said,
Come right on there.
and
Look
then-
at how God works.
and then you
He
jump
was
right
like,
in to
"Are you
save the
okay?
day.
Are you?
All right now.
He said so you gonna stand on that today or no?
He said, all right, let me see. I'm about to test you real quick.
You
I
passed.
He
passed.
capping right
Okay,
there.
cool. I passed. Golly,
A
that
good
was
host
too.
redirects the conversation.
Right.
Gotta
Hello.
keep you focused.
Hello. That was too perfect. I see what you did there, big
It
fella.
was.
Right.
It was.
And tests come in all forms, y'all.
I'm telling
Whew.
you. No, for real
Sorry.
though. Like what you just said is exactly why I came to your open cast or not open call.
Open session.
Open session.
Yeah.
Open something. You know what you say.
Open something.
Hey, it was like 3 years ago, right?
Facts. Dang, that's crazy.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
But I'm like, you know what? The energy is like unmatched to anything I ever experienced in any type of social setting. I didn't really know nobody. I was there by myself, but it was like I felt so comfortable
Yeah.
with everybody there. And that's like really a struggle for me too, just speaking publicly and like that confidence, like you said.
Right.
Like it's been a struggle for me, and I feel like just being around different people and you kind of being like the gateway for like different connections that
Right.
I've made with other people has gotten me out of my comfort zone a little bit.
And that's
You
super
know?
dope to even hear because that's for me that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Like I realized that my superpower is connecting people.
Yeah.
And once I start tapping into that and saying that I can do this on different forms and different avenues, like it don't have to just be through y'all come watch me at a show
Yeah.
and then maybe we can chop it up afterwards.
Yeah.
Like I never want to put off that that Hollywood persona, and I don't think I do.
No.
And some people say, well, because of what you stand on, I might not approach you. But once you get beyond that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Once you get what I stand on it like pridefully because it's something I built and it's because of I can share the journey like this and let people know, what I went through to have to get here. So it's not like a bragging and boasting thing. It's more of like, nah, come over here. It's love over here. Like you come to the show, it's love over here. You come to the class, it's love over here. You come to anything that I do, the Fox Box sessions, it's love over here. A lot of people say,
Yes.
I'm kind of nervous.
That's true.
I'm gonna come in here and I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna come to your show and I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm sitting in the corner. They front row.
Okay.
Boom, like, I'm
They
like,
be the main
Yeah.
ones.
who you come with? I came by myself, but I met Brittany and Lauren right here. We
No,
gonna-
really,
we
like,
going
I
to
went-
live after this.
Like when she first did it, I was like, "You gonna do an improv?" I said, "That's kind of dope." I was like, "You should go ahead and do that. Step outside your comfort zone." She did it, and then like shortly thereafter is when she got tickets to the show. That's
Yeah,
when I came to
yeah.
your show. That was in 2018.
Yeah, he was like, he's so dope. He was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm gonna give you these tickets for free because I want y'all to be there that much.
I did
You
that.
remember that?
No.
Yes, you did.
So y'all owe me some money.
That's love.
No, because I paid for the second show, bro. You got your
No.
money back.
No.
But yeah, like so, and I had only heard of it through her, and then I
yeah.
went and I was like, "This is so dope that we have somebody doing something like this in the city." It was so much fun. It was a pretty packed house. There was no seats.
Nah, yeah, it was so. Every
Yeah.
show was sold out.
Every
so,
show
yeah.
was
Every
sold
show was
out.
sold out, and it was so much fun. Like we was laughing with the people next to us and joking,
Okay,
and like
yeah.
I had so much fun at that show.
When I
It's
realized-
such a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, when I realized, like, Justin, this is it. Like, it was literally that moment, like what y'all kind of like have a testament to of like, when I came, the people beside me, because I was thinking like Theater at the Fort is dope, but it's 200, it's a 200 plus seater, but it's like this, it's like it don't look like it. It looked like
Yeah.
everything's kind of
It's
packed.
intimate.
But I was just like, I don't understand. Like, I'm not fully aware of how people are gonna react being this close to each other.
True.
And then once we actually did it, there was no complaints, and people it was like bonds like instantly were built because when you come to the show, it's an experience. So when you get to be next to, okay, I got my friend right here, but I'm sitting next to a stranger right here, they become a part of that experience with you, and it's a part of the show where I'd be like, introduce yourself to your neighbor.
True.
And it's such a good vibe during the show that's been created that you can't be in a bad mood and go. Like if you went, you was mad at your boo and y'all sit next to each other. By the time you leave, y'all gonna forget what happened in the car.
I'll go a step further. It's been couples
dope.
who they got into it on social media. They don't really fox with each other like that. Like she will be here with her new boo, and he will be here with his new boo, and it will still just be peace.
Wow.
Like it'll still just be peace. I know people who got, quote unquote beef, and they will come and they would coexist in that space and forget about it because that vibe it's
not that type
I
of vibe.
never ever, and this is maybe a tip to anybody who's pursuing the performing arts or whatever. I never ever put time and energy to promote, leave the negative energy at home and security will be heavily enforced. And because when you start planting that seed in people's heads, people start thinking like, okay, what kind of event is this? You know what I'm saying? You got to say security will be heavily enforced. And when you got to start putting the emphasis on that, that's when you start taking away from the actual product.
It does.
That's why I never really I might say it once just because I want to gloat and congratulate my cast. I might say, yeah, we sold out another show. But I never stopped and really just put emphasis on, yeah, we sold out another show, because it's like you can sell out as many shows you want, but if your product is not there, you know what I'm saying? It's a difference between somebody like trying to support you. You can send somebody some money to support them and just be done with them. But when somebody can really stand up here and really like vouch for your product, that's a whole nother level. So then it makes the sold out shows that much better.
Somebody that will come to the show once and somebody that will come over and over again and tell other people about it. That's the difference. Like you want to have those repeat, customers, but with that show, it's an improv show, so you get something different every time you come.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the dope part about it too. Is you're never gonna have the same experience twice.
Even if we show the same sketches, which the first people don't realize that the first 4 shows, we only made 1 show. And we said we're just going to show it 4 times. Now, would it been improv? Yeah, the games and stuff is going to be different. The crowd picks the topics and stuff, so that's going to be different. But the format and the sketches, those are pre-written. The sketches are pre-written, so that stuff just kind of just, you know what I'm saying? We did that show 4 times and was trying to tell the people who came the first 2 times, like, don't get tickets this time. Let somebody else, let somebody else try to get tickets. But like I said, let's just kind of piggybacking off what you said, it was super dope because it's just like, we're literally telling them they're about to watch the same movie. It's like, you want to go see this movie?
But not really.
Yeah. But just a couple tweaks and stuff here and there. But they
director cut.
By that time, they already knew, said, nope. This time I'm going to raise my hand and I'm going to throw out a suggestion. And then y'all going to do something totally different. So that's when I say it becomes an experience because you see how much control you have over the show. You come to the show, and if you are coming to the show with that negative energy, I promise you're not going to leave with that.
That's a gift, Justin, creating experiences.
Definitely.
Yeah,
and that's really what you do for real.
Blessed by the Most High.
With the kickbacks, with the everything,
that's true
the class,
too.
like all that.
I've been to a kickback too. Like it's a vibe. Like,
I got a little crazy there because y'all start tag teaming up on the games and stuff. Yeah, we'll talk about that off air though.
Well, winning is everything.
I guess so.
Can't argue with greatness.
Sorry.
Yeah,
you're right.
But did you die though?
No, you're right. No, my spirit did. My spirit left, but
whatever.
That was a good time too.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yep. So, along with your production company, so what else do you have on the books? As far as like business goes.
As far as business, now we talking about business. It's anything with a dollar attached to it, right?
That's absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm actually working on a spinoff show. To the Made Man Improv Show, because like as we just said, the Made Man Improv Show, we go off of energy, we go off of crowd. So if we can get 200 people, if we can get 300 people, I feel like that makes for a better show. But with everything going on now with the pandemic and everything going on in society, it's just like we can't have 200, 300 people in those spaces. Yeah. So and plus I don't feel like I can have. Just like, okay, I can't operate a Made Man show at 50% capacity. True. Because we go off of the energy and the vibes. So what I did was I created a spinoff show There's more just like an inverted version of the Made Man Show. So the Made Man Show, you get about 75% improv games, about 25% comical sketches and stuff. So now this one is like the opposite. It's like 75% sketches, 25% improv games. So if people compared the Made Man Show to like Wild 'N Out, this would be more so of like a In Living Color.
Okay.
More like a Saturday Night Live with the comical sketches. It's a smaller, intimate crowd, smaller cast, but it's just like right there in your lap, and it's still a variety show. So when I say a variety show, I'm talking about I don't want to really.
I get you.
Yeah, I don't want to really say too much until we actually drop it. But when I say,
concept.
when I say it's coming, like, and it's serious. I can't even say the name because the name is well, actually I can say the name. Because I told y'all to hold on to my mentor's name at the first time, put it in your back pocket. Take it out your back pocket. Boom. So Bam, which is my mentor, I wanted to incorporate his name in the name of this show. And then my buddy Boone, who went through a motorcycle accident and literally was like fighting for his life and was literally, is going through a process of learning how to walk again it's like just seeing his story and like knowing that this is my homie. Like it just did something for me personally. So what I did was I fused both of their names because of what they stand on and what they believe in and what they've been to me. So we got the new show that's coming out. It's called Bambooned.
Okay.
And what I did was I didn't want another show with the in it or show.
Yes.
So I wanted something to kind of stand alone. So you hear like the In Living Colors, you hear the whose line is it anyway? And it's not Wild 'N Out show. It's Wild 'N Out. It's just like, so you hear those shows that can kind of just stand on their own. So I was just like, man, I want to do this. And I know it's going to be like a tongue twister for some people. I'm already expecting some people to be like, man, your show Bambooned. Your show Bamboo. Bamboozled. Being boozled. I'm already expecting some of that.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I want to like do something that's going to stand on that's going to be able to stand on its own, take on its own life. We know what the Made Man Improv Show is. That's yet alive. But this is almost like the little brother.
True.
And if you've seen any of my brothers, you know the little brother is the best. So
we caught that.
I'm in between. I'm the oldest and the youngest. So
no, so this is like I said, this is just gonna be a whole new experience. I'm super excited about it, and this platform is built for actors and actresses. Just so people can stay in their craft and people can stay, when they get a bigger opportunity coming along, when they get that movie role, that theater role or whatever it is, I want to be able to help groom you for that.
Yes.
And I tell people all the time, don't set up your mailbox at Made Man, whatever. Right. This is just a passing point. This is just to groom you, to get you ready, to push you out there. I just want to be that stepping stool. So that's what this show is about. And it's gonna be live, man. It's gonna be live, man. It's gonna be live.
I'm looking forward to it. I think after the last year or so we've had, we could use something to laugh about.
My goodness.
We all need a good time.
telling
so
you.
I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
I think it feels like every testament that you have is just growth
Yeah.
in different stages,
And I'm glad that you said that
Another
because
stepping
facts. Because with growth comes pain,
You feel
and people
me?
need to understand that, and don't mix up pain with failure. You know what I'm saying?
True,
I know sometimes it can feel like it,
that.
but at the same time, and I know I've said this before, but it's almost like when you was little and you got your foot start growing and you start telling your mom, your dad, like, hey, I need some. My feet hurt. My toes is it's just like I need some different shoes, and it's not just it's gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna be painful, but it's literally just you need a new pair of shoes. You need a bigger pair of shoes. So a lot of the times when you're going through that pain, you just need a bigger space. That means a bigger opportunities coming your way, and you just got you just got to level up and be prepared for what's next. So so that was my whole outlook on the situation,
like
especially
that
with 2020. It was just like man. You had doubts and stuff. You had, it was just so much. Like I can't really speak for everybody, but I know 2020, it should have done something. It set everybody down to give you an opportunity to do X, Y, and Z. So for me, it was just like I wanted to do some self-evaluation. I really wanted to do research. I'm like, okay, if I gave people this type of show, and I feel like I was on like a clockwork, like this month, boom. Now I got a whole year to sit down.
Yeah.
I should be able to produce something. And a lot of times for me, that was not the case. I went through the pandemic trying to keep my mind right, just before the simple fact that, you know, the show is my main source of income.
True.
So you talking about a whole year without?
Yeah. And I know it's rough.
Yeah. So that's when
So I'm like, take your time. I got you.
Yeah.
Call me when you're ready.
So, and it's not, and for me, it's not even just the financial aspect, because you need money to survive, but it was more so I don't feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose.
Yeah,
and
that you wasn't able to have your creative outlet. You weren't able to be social and have your community with you. It's like you don't realize how important those things are until they snatch that away from you.
To
you
your
go sit in the corner by yourself.
everyday mental. Your and it's not like the pandemic was just like you can't have the show move around. It was like sometimes you can't be around your friends.
Everything was shut.
You can't be around your family. So all of that was just taking a toll on me. And I thought, okay, I got all this time. I'm finna write some heat. I ain't get that fire didn't set to that pen until like the last 3 months.
Yeah.
And it so it was just, and that's for real. Like that's for real.
I believe it.
She got the high-waisted jeans. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
You was waiting. We was waiting.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Talk about her yet?
Is this live? But anywho, what was I saying? I'm sorry. I'm like a squirrel. I am
the worst.
I'm a squirrel. Sorry.
We're talking about missing out on our community and our
that village. That village, man. It's so important just to understand your village and to have that village and not take it for granted. Because, like I said, when I was at Vincent's, I had that there, and then when I got back home, it's like I had to start rebuilding. And if I can give any advice on that, I would just say, man, kindness goes a long way.
It sure does.
And not just being kind, expecting something in return, but being kind because it's the right thing to do.
Yes.
That itself goes a long way. And it's just like, dang, like it's always like, dang, God, you reward me for my kindness, like. I was gonna do this anyway, and I'm not talking about. Don't think a reward is gonna be financially either. Rewards can come in so many different ways that you actually need. Like somebody might just need a hug.
Yep.
Somebody might just need just for you to check up on them. Somebody might just need for you to just come spend a little quality time with them. That little small gift that you walk past the store, you say, "Dang, this make me think about so and so." It's $12. Get it for them. You know what I'm saying? It's like little stuff like that really like genuinely counts. Just because when you make it a little step further, you don't know what that done for that person.
Yep.
You don't know what that act of kindness, how that can change it. You don't know
the trajectory of everything.
Because all we know is us.
Yep.
Yes.
I can't tell you what struggle you got going on. I can't tell you what struggle you got going on. But I'm assuming as humans, we all got some struggles.
Right. Yeah.
So the best bet is for me to come and be kind to you because I don't know what you got going on. Instead of me like, oh man, her energy off, man. I'm not talking to her and
But you know what, Justin? That's what makes you a great leader because a lot of leaders miss that. A lot of leaders miss the fact that the person in leadership is always the biggest servant first.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because your job as a leader is to take care of everybody under you.
Yeah.
So you have to be in tune to what they need.
Absolutely.
You have to be in tune to how they operate before your motive is even thought about.
Facts.
Yeah.
You got to consider.
If they're not right, nothing's right.
Yep.
And you can take that same mindset, and I think that's what makes me. I like to think that I'm a good host. So I think that's what that's what makes me a good host is that I was just telling somebody that, and this is no shade to nobody, but I was like, man, if I was to start another class, it would be helping groom host.
Do that.
Because I was at a function and actually I was at a bar and it was like karaoke night, but it was like 7 people there. And I'm shooting pool with some of my friends. And the host is up there like, y'all clap it up for so-and-so. But it's literally me, somebody else playing pool, 3 people at the bar, and like 3 other people that's actually watching. So when you get...
Don't be surprised.
Y'all can do better than that, man. Come on, man. Y'all can do... And it's like, bro, it's 7 of us here.
Right.
Like, if you understand what crowd you have... Now, I can see if you was you was performing in front of thousands of people, it's like, y'all can do better than that. Okay, it's a lot of y'all. Y'all can do better than that. It's 7 people, 5 of us not even looking at you.
Right.
So now we stopping with our pool sticks like... Like, bro,
Then he done bullied you.
Yeah,
into
you done bullied me.
participation.
Now I don't ever want to come back to your establishment. But I just want people to understand,
right.
like piggybacking off of what you said was, you have to be aware. You have to understand. I might plan for something and then get to the show and call it audible because it's just like, nah, that the crowd is not feeling that energy today.
Yeah.
So let's kind of like comfort them with this energy. All right, the crowd is extra live today, so we're gonna cut out that little pep talk that we had. We're getting straight into the liveness. Like we're going straight into that. Like you got to be able to read the situation and then be able to call it audible. And it's not even just like, well, you do improv. That could be, you know, some help. It helps.
It definitely helps.
But at whatever you're doing, you just have to be aware of what's going on.
Yes.
Like if you a rapper and somebody asks you to spit some bars and you spit them bars and they go crazy and you're like, okay, that was it. And you was talking about money, girls, and cars. All right, cool. But if you at a church function and they say, hey, you a rapper? Can you just don't come and say, man, I got 1 million guns and 1 million girls. You got to understand the situation.
Exactly.
Look at the kids and say, you know what? I need to switch it up a little bit. Is that Dwani? What's up, my brother? What's good? It's Jay Bland, man. What's up? What's good, brother? He gonna kill me because he been calling me, bro. I'm sorry. He called me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Being fake.
I'm
That's
sorry.
what you
I
did.
wasn't being fake, y'all. Come on now. Y'all stop it. But like I said, man, just be able to assess the situation. That's a gift in itself. Just being able to look and say, all right, this is not for that. This is for that. I can do this. Okay, so-and-so's here. Maybe I shouldn't use that today. Maybe I shouldn't say that joke. Like I said, it goes a long way.
Knowing how to pivot. That's
Facts.
cool
Yes.
though, because I feel like a lot of people that I've been talking to recently actually just they want everything to be perfect. Everything got to be by the book, by the itinerary, whatever, and it's like it really takes away from the authenticity of it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
That's
definitely
man.
like you can help people with so many different aspects, not even just in the hosting, but just in like speaking to people, public speaking, and you know, what I'm saying, so many different aspects.
Any type of
that.
performing, I feel like you have to know. It's like, you know what? I remember watching like American Idol back in the day, and one of their biggest grievances was always they didn't choose the right song. Like they didn't choose the right song for this audience, for this day, for this time. You chose a horrible song. You have to know who your audience is, where your strengths are.
Facts.
You have to be self-aware and know where your strengths and weaknesses are.
Facts.
And act accordingly.
Facts. And maneuver off moments. Like understand that. And I keep on reverting back to the show because that's what I know. So when you at the Made Man Show, we don't hand out things to say, all right, we're gonna have this, we're gonna go into this sketch, and then we're gonna go into this game and da da da. Because a lot of times when the crowd feeds off of something, keep feeding them.
Keep going.
If we play a song and it's just to segue us to the next game, but that song slaps and the crowd loves it, we about to have a moment.
Yep.
Yeah,
we about to let it play out.
Yes.
We went into a whole church moment in the show we was in. We got video of it.
Exactly. Play if you
We
play.
went from
Listen,
trap music to church music.
And I think-
and back to trap, and the whole audience was singing church music.
Ratchet and righteous. Ratchet and righteous is what we gonna call that.
So much fun.
Just for the simple fact that, like I said, once you got that song playing, and it's just like, oh, this is my song. We playing Meg. Okay, yeah, this is my song. And now you can play something. The DJ, shout out to Boogie Bang, he can mix something in. He can mix something in and play a sample of Kirk, and now everybody's relating to that. And it's just like, no, don't just sample that. Let that mug ride.
Yeah,
and then we literally have that moment to where we can actually say, oh no, they really vibing with this. They really fox with this. So let's not take this away from them. And I think I learned that aspect like in church. Like when the preacher's preaching and then the spirit is high and you see the people on the keys and the drums, they clowning, and then the pastor come back like, all right, settle down,
They gonna hit that little rip.
settle down. And it's like, dang, pastor, you kind of killed the vibe.
Okay.
So it's just like, instead of letting that thing just flow and letting that thing happen, you kind of shut it down too early. So it's like me at my shows now, like I wear many hats, and it's just like, all right, Justin, if you was a pastor, shout out to Willie Dynamite. I see you, boy. I see you, Willie. I see you, Willie. Y'all talking about some business. I see you, Willie. Nah, but when you talking about a situation, like I love that hair, girl. I love it. I had to stop the show, girl. I love it.
Yes, you a vibe, honey.
Yes. You walk back like, yeah, that's mine. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that cool, ain't it?
Right.
Nah, but just let them moments happen, man, because people appreciate those moments. There's been so many,
Yes.
and even going into a different avenue just a little bit, but even in those moments where, my background is faith, like I have a faith, based
Yep.
background. So it's just like, I never want to get people, or have so many people together and not give them some substance.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times I do try to, whatever was going on through that week, and I like to tap into analogies and stuff. So when I can give you something and leave you some substance, then if I have the opportunity to do that, I'm gonna do that. But if we play this Kurt Franklin, y'all vibing to it, we gonna vibe out to that,
Vibe
because
out.
I know that not pushing nothing on nobody, but I know that this might be the only light or only time somebody's gonna be able to get that Kurt Franklin or get that positive message, because of everything that's going on. Your timeline is got so much negativity. You come to the show, you seen so many different things getting there, and it's just like you've been through so much throughout the week that I was like, all right, we're gonna have fun, but let me sprinkle a little bit of positivity in there. Let me give y'all a little bit of substance,
Always.
so y'all can actually take something home and you just be like, okay, now this was a moment that I actually appreciated. So
Yeah, and
that's
it's
my
such a
heart.
diverse crowd too. You got literally, it's a diverse crowd. for real.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I thought it was gonna be. No, you got grandma, you got auntie, you got everybody.
And I think
Millennials,
so.
you got
Even
Gen
with that,
Xers, you
even
got
with that,
everybody.
that's
Right.
another testament. Because now we had that old school versus new school dance. I want your auntie up here. Yeah, I want you got the new school. Okay, I want you up here.
Yes.
Okay, now your grandma's here. Bring her on stage. And those are creating moments that it's just like, you really had my grandma on stage. Like, you really had my auntie on
Yeah.
stage. And it's just like,
Now you created a family memory for them. Like, that's that adding value.
man.
real.
And I'm just thinking about like one specific one. My homie Roger, he lost his mom, last year.
Wow.
But just to actually be able to meet her, several different times at the Urban League, Black Tie Fair at the Hill, and then actually having Roger a part of the show, and
Yes.
not just having her come in there to just witness it, but to actually having her on stage and having that moment with her son, and just being a part of, and just being a part of that moment. And actually, when I seen the picture, I'm just like, man, like, and I know that's something that he cherished, but that hit home for me too.
Yeah.
real.
So it's just like,
all because of an event you brought together.
yeah, and as I say, and I'm not taking no credit for nothing, but it's
No.
just the fact
gonna
that
hold on
the
to that
moment
forever.
was just so genuine. It was so beautiful. And like I said, man, God rest her soul. I'm a hold on to that.
But that's the
Absolutely.
that's
That-
the gift in your
yeah.
gift. Like, everything that you created is your gift. So that's a gift for you too. It's a gift for them, and
Facts,
it's a
man.
gift for you too.
It's
Like,
a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes with its ups and downs. You embrace the good. You take the good with the bad.
Those are lessons.
Man, it's lessons, and within lessons is blessings and growth. And once you just embrace all of that, I'm talking about your wins, celebrate them. Your falls, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, get back up, but understand what caused you to fall. I think a lot of people just kind of just be like, well, I'm gonna bounce
Yes.
back, but it's just like, nah, what caused you to
How?
fall? Yeah,
you
even when
gotta,
Right.
you gotta learn something in those trials before
Right.
you move past them. That's the
Facts.
lesson.
That is
Otherwise,
what-
you're gonna keep having to learn them over and
Absolutely.
over
That's the
again.
one
You
right
gotta
there.
learn it first, then you can move past it.
learn it and then use what you
Yes,
learn to move past.
move forward.
A lot of times people, let's break it down to video games. We all play Nintendo. We all play whatever. Sometimes you be like, dang, I can't get past this level. I keep on making it to the end, but I can't get past it. It's because you missed something along the way. You got to go back and find what it, and you like, oh, that key was right here the whole time.
Yep.
All this secret box right. A lot of times people get stuck on the same level because you can't move past it because it's like you haven't figured out something yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's something
Yeah.
in this that you have to figure out for you to actually elevate to the next level.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just get stuck on that level. So when I was going through that quicksand phase, I was stuck on that level, and I really had to take the time to realize that me finding out that it's not just about you, Justin. That was me saying, boom, okay, now you passed that level.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna grant you these people for you to look after, and I'm gonna grant you this platform. I'm gonna grant you all the support and love from the city, and now you can actually use that platform and move up. So
Yes.
that's my take on that. So.
Yep. I tell my daughter that all the time. It's like you gotta learn the lesson first. You're gonna keep learning the lesson till you learn the lesson. You're gonna keep being given that trial over and over again till you learn
Yeah.
what it is that you're supposed to learn
Absolutely.
in that season. And to add to that, whatever you learned in the previous season, you always end up needing that skill
Absolutely.
in the next season.
That's why you have
That's
to get
why you have to
everything in
go
that level.
through that first.
Yeah.
I said, Lord, it's 5 years. Why are you trying to teach me patience? And then he sent me
That's how
16
you-
adults, and I was like, oh, I get it.
Yep. The only way to be taught patience is to be forced to have to wait. That's the only way to learn.
Listen, don't pray for patience and then get mad when you're getting caught in a traffic jam.
That's the most dangerous prayer to
Bam.
pray. Don't ever pray for patience, because when you pray for patience,
And you're going to get it.
oh, you gonna get it. And
You
it's
like,
gonna hurt.
traffic is backed up. Why? Oh my God. I'm just like, bro, this is what you asked for.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, man, going through that phase, I was like, dang, I need patience. I want patience, but it's just like,
Don't do that.
yeah, but
This
then,
is some
but
bull,
going,
okay?
but actually being, held accountable for 16 other adults, it was like,
True.
okay, God, I see what you was doing.
Yeah.
Like I said, a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, you don't understand it. You don't understand why. You don't understand what's going on. You don't understand why this is actually necessary at this moment. But what the old folks say, just keep on keeping on. And you're going to realize that, dang, I really needed that.
Yep.
Them teachers that was on my case, I never once had a teacher to say, Justin, you're not going to mount up to nothing. And I feel sorry for people who have to go through that. Not even joking.
Yeah,
That's never been my thing. But I've had teachers pour into me. I had teachers say, Justin, if you know what I'm saying, you're going to keep on doing this, and you're going to be in a world of trouble, and you got so much potential. Justin, you can have your own show. Justin, you're going to do this, you can do that.
Yes.
And it was like, yeah, all right. But then those things stick to you, and they start to make sense once you realize, like, all I had to do was just keep on living, and those circumstances really just came back full circle.
Yep. Exactly.
And now you that same person trying to teach people and trying to, man, you need to listen, you need to listen. It's just like, man, it's just like, it's a never ending cycle. So
You know why? Because what is the saying? To whom much is given, much is required.
that's a fact.
Much is required.
So you're gonna have bigger lessons when you have, bigger tasks.
Bigger
you need bigger
responsibilities,
shoulders.
'cause
Yeah.
you
You
have
got
to build
more
that
on those
muscle
shoulders.
Facts.
to handle it. You know
And you
what I'm
got
saying?
it.
I got
It's
big
up-
shoulders?
It's up from here.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know about that, but maybe
Figuratively, I wasn't saying,
Yeah.
literally, but nah,
Yeah, I feel
nah,
like
I get you.
feel like you do.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
I
get
feel
you.
like
now.
you do.
Thanks.
Well, we had a great conversation today, sir.
Absolutely, I
Can you
appreciate
leave us with one book?
Yeah. Yep.
Can you just leave us with one book? I know you be reading.
Yep.
Little Bill. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, man.
What's one book that changed your life?
One book that changed my life. I would say, and I'm gonna go back far. I would say one book that actually changed my life was, oh my God, it was just right there. A Wrinkle in Time.
A Wrinkle in Time.
And I'm actually going back to that because I could tell y'all some other like more, other adult books, but I'm just like, A Wrinkle in Time is really, when I was listening to my teacher read this and I was sitting Indian style on the carpet, this is the first book that painted a picture in my head to where I'm looking at other kids like, why are y'all not listening? How's this not magical to y'all?
I love that.
And like, how's y'all's mind not expanding? Like, I'm watching a movie in my head while she's reading. So that book really helped shape me to understand that open up your mind, open up, your thought process, and just allow things to flow, and your creativity level will just rise. And that, I'm telling you, like, I'm not kidding
love
at all.
that.
Like, that book changed my life, literally, like, just to be able to actually see it.
That's a gift too. Did you know that?
What's that?
Being able to, when people tell you things or read things, to be able to see that picture in your mind.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a visionary.
Everybody doesn't
Yeah.
have that
Yeah.
gift.
Right.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
as a creative, I have that. Like I can visualize something when people tell me a story about something.
Definitely.
I see it as they're telling me.
And then next thing you telling somebody else like you was there.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, because it's like, I thought
I saw it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw it.
That's a gift.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Well, thank you, sir,
I
for
appreciate
coming
y'all,
on the
man.
show.
Straight up.
We appreciate you.
I hope I didn't disappoint.
No, this was
Okay.
everything.
Okay, cool.
See, too hard on yourself.
Exactly.
We'll talk about that.
All right, y'all. Thank
right,
you for
thank y'all
tuning
for tuning
in.
in.
Follow us on all social media platforms at Owning the Masters, and we will see you next week.
Peace. Peace. We did it together, y'all. Peace.
Yes. Peace.